Good morning, Raider Nation. This is Kaptain Spalding speaking. How are we doing? Not looking so good, I know that. But at the same time, we're not too bad. The only thing, our offense, out of all things, Greg Olsen should have never been hired. Should have never been hired. Welcome to Captain's Quarters, baby. How are we doing? Like I said, Greg Olsen should have never been hired as our offensive coordinator. His play calling, his playbook is straight trash. John Gruden needs to go ahead and take over. It's that simple. He needs to start calling the plays. He needs to go ahead and start enrolling the system. He needs to have upgraded this system. I mean, all he's been doing is watching primetime football. Every Monday night, where was John? Out there on the field, watching. I mean, that's all it really was. I mean, he's out there getting right, watching good quality NFL football. That's all he was going to do. That's all he was born to do. Be right there in the action. I mean, John Gruden is the man, but at the same time, he needs to get his act together. Trading Khalil Mack makes some type of sense, but at the same time, why would you give up your house for something that's not guaranteed? But at the same token, I would definitely take a first-round draft pick from the Bears because they are flawed on many levels. True Biscuit it ain't worth nothing for him. I promise you. So right there, a first-round pick is kind of worth it. But at the same time, you trading away a king. But I think I got an idea for something. Let's go ahead and upgrade the defensive line some more. First round draft pick, Dexter Lawrence from Clemson. Big old guy for you. Big old defensive tackle who knows how to play. You match him up with John Hankins. We got Mo Hurts, P.J. Hall. Big jelly time probably about done. We go ahead and round that up. You got that. Go ahead and get defensive end in the second round. Cleveland Farrell. I promise you. You match them up. You got Arden Key. Get Bruce Irvin some type of rest. Let him flip-flop all the way through. I mean, that's another thing. Our defense needs to start taking matchups more seriously and getting it together. Because at the same time, as we move forward, our defense has to start playing more together. Like I said, it's the offense's fault why we losing. But at the same time, the defense has got to work together. All day long, they have to work together. Because if they work together, all things are possible. You giving Carr a chance to make something shake for real because you're giving us field position. But at the same time, you're giving yourself a break because you're coming up with a major play, so you're getting off the field. Strip sacks, everything like that, interceptions, all day. That's what we need. That is what we have to start producing. Our cornerbacks are solid, but if we can start applying pressure to the quarterback, somebody has got to step up. It's that simple. Arden Key looks very good. He's a rookie though. Like I'm saying with the two up, but at the same time, when you're looking at something more than just potential, something as raw as talent, that's it. Arden Key has that. Arden Key is very solid, and Arden Key is true to his craft. He's a learning, growing subject, but at the same time, he's going to be elevated. You look at JPP, I say he's a little bit better. I think he was very smart to take himself to rehab too. Rather than continue to play to get his life right first, to understand that he needed help. That's a big step in his maturity, and I believe that he can be a leader one day. More than just a follower, but let him lead our defense. Just like Mac was, but somebody who actually understands life, not just about the money. How you doing, Tommy? Like I said, our offense has got to step up, though, man. I mean, it's not even making sense what we doing. Our offensive play calling is straight trash, man. I mean, we just being honest. Play calling is why we are losing games. It's that simple. Because when you look at it, you have 3 number 1 receivers. Martavis Bryant is getting his game right. But we need them to be able to work together. We need people to have 100 yards together. Not just one guy stepping up, getting all the yards, but we need 2-3 guys that's going to be out there all the time. Coop is not living up to his potential at all. Amari needs to get together. I don't know what he's doing, but he not doing what he need to. I mean, but he had one catch. He keep dropping the ball. I mean, just straight trash, man. I mean, Amari has got to start doing what Amari was brought in to do. He's a big physical guy that's going to catch the ball and also has quick bursts. So, I mean, as soon as he getting off the ball, he's almost Julio, but he ain't got the height. I mean, but he just got to get up there. Amari has got to get his life right, get his mind into the game, and get in there and make the impact that he can. Because look at Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson done his thing a couple times. Jared Cook. But you match them up, you get something for something. You got Jordy Nelson, you got Martavis Bryant, you got Amari, you got Jared, you got Seth Roberts, you got Brandon LaFell. Let's start interchanging these pieces that we have and start doing what we got to, man. Because that's how you beat a defense. Put somebody in position to make a play. And as soon as they make that play, it's all from there. Because once you get there, it's all day long, baby. I mean, because as long as the offense is working together, it's all for all. Because you're getting all the points. As long as you firing on all cylinders, there ain't no weak link. There is only working together. Just like on defense. As long as 11 men are toward the ball, that's all that matters. Because they moving toward to get the ball. That's all that is. I mean, it's very simple and it's very easy. But at the same time, it's only as easy as you make it to be. Because if you're trying to win, you trying to make it as easy as possible to give yourself a chance. Look at these play calls. That's what they doing. That's what they trying to lose. That's what they trying to do. I mean, I don't know what you got going on. You got John Gruden, quarterback guru. You gonna sit there, call the whole preseason. He got like one solid drive. And you gonna let him sit there. I mean, like, yeah, okay. But then we cut our backup quarterbacks that we let have the system all summer long. Just cut them. Bring in A.J. McCarron like he's somebody or something. I mean, you got Alabama quarterback. I mean, I ain't sold on that. But look at what Gruden said a long time ago. Was sitting down at Derek Carr right before he got drafted. And what'd he say? If he was going to have a team, he would want Derek Carr as his quarterback. It's that simple. He's got him. Build you a system that he knows how to run. Build him a system that can move the ball down the field, not throwing in the backfield, not playing around, but actually scoring touchdowns. Go for the bomb. Get your life right. Go with Al, because you get paid with that. I promise you. You throw Martavis Bryant down the field, he will go and catch that thing. Jordan Nelson, Jared Cook, Will Amari, or will Amari drop the ball? I mean, because that's all he really proven over a couple of years. That dropping the ball is his thing. Like, he's scared. He don't want to make a play. But, I mean, how to change that? How to make him all the way up? That's what we got to figure out. Offense has got to start clicking. Because as soon as they start firing, our defense is going to hold together enough that they're going to be willing to make a play. Put Carl Joseph back out there on the field. I mean, he needs to get healthy right now, but I mean, at the same time, we need Carl Joseph to step up because, I mean, he already got the name. Let him hit somebody. Let's go. Don't be scared of it now. Put Paul Gunther out there and see what he can do. I mean, because, okay, look at this. Look at this. He was with Cincy for a couple years. He had a defense that had a pass rush with no corners, and most of that pass rush came from one guy, Carlos Dunlap and Geno Atkins. But, I mean, that's all he really had. Ray Monaluga, that ain't nothing. I mean, he ain't have nothing to work with. And they always was in the playoffs. Marvin Lewis has never won a playoff game, but he's always been there. I mean, and I mean, that just speak on how sorry he is, because how you go to all these playoff games and not even win one of them, always lose, like you're a loser, like born loser. But I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, because definitely how we playing is not how you supposed to play. That's from number one. Marshawn Lynch, he's doing his thing. But at the same time, Derek Carr's throwing these interceptions because he ain't get them out of the system in the preseason. So we already kind of like behind the curve. That's very true too. And KO was out. I mean, Brandon Parker, he looked kind of solid, but he needs some work. I mean, and it looked like he gonna get some work because, I mean, he's still healthy and he's surviving. So, I mean, that's a very important thing, is having offensive, defensive line, because if you win on the trench, it don't matter who you are, because we're gonna win. That's the most important thing about football, is offensive, defensive line. I mean, because, like I said, what time is it? Where you from? This 7:28, man. You know what I'm saying? Over here on the east side, baby. But like I said, man, our offense run off of everything, and we work together, always trying to benefit toward the win. And that's the most important thing. And the play calling is the only thing that truly gives that any kind of meaning or any kind of purpose at all, because at the end of the day, it's offense versus defense. And always, you got to get the points. You got to get it. You got to get the 7. Ain't no 3s, ain't nothing like that. It's straight 7. Mac 10s or AK-47. I mean, it's still 7s, and that's all that really matters, because all that means is we shooting the ball down the field. You gotta hit the bangers. You gotta hit the bangers, because once you hit them 15, 20-yard passes all the time, you're gonna have everybody scared, and then that's when a real monster like Marshawn Lynch is really capable and meaningful to a game, because once you got everybody backed up off the line like that, scared of the pass, not an interception, but a true shot down the field, I mean, it's all that really matters, because they working together. And that's the main thing, is that everybody is working together. There ain't no weak link, but there's real need to upgrade and improve. What's going on, Dwayne? Ohio, Raider Nation, all day, baby. But, I mean, like I said, it just needs to come on up and work together. Working together is the key, because the offense has every tool at its disposal, except for the playbook. Once it gets the playbook, it's going to be all for all. I mean, because Carr, he's going to have these interceptions out of his system. He's going to take over. He's going to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And at the same time, the defense, like I said, once the ball is moving down the field, the defense is getting that break. They're getting that rest that they need to go out there and make a play, or a series of plays that gives us the ball back when it really matters. Because points. That's all that really matters. It's not Carr though, man. It's the system. It's the system, and they ain't playing in the preseason, man. That's why that's the only thing that I was really worried about with him not playing in the preseason, is all these interceptions. But once he gets them taken care of, I mean, and fine-tune this offense, I mean, everything is going to run efficiently. Everything is going to be what it is. Offensive line needs to work more better. I mean, like I said a long time ago, when he ain't take the knee with him, I mean, I don't know. I mean, because that's the same game that he got hurt in. I mean, so, I mean, if they intentionally let him get hurt, why not be kind of scared of that? Because, I mean, if they done it one time, what makes you think they wouldn't do it again? I mean, because, yeah, they are good, but Gabe Jackson, he's more of a run blocker. So, I mean, he needs to start firing off the ball better than what he's been doing, because he definitely doesn't look like he was about 2 years ago. He look like he's declined. I mean, like I said, I mean that was the same thing too, because they didn't never have an offensive line there, and they just let him get sacked all kind of times. I mean, and get hurt. And I mean, if you let somebody continually get hurt, I mean, Carr ain't been hurt like that though. I mean. But see, though, I mean, yeah, Carr being hurt, but I mean, Carr also put us in the playoffs. Carr done a whole lot of good things. I mean, even last year he was. I mean, yeah, we only had 4 wins, but I mean, it's not him. It was still the offensive play calling. It's not nothing. They ain't trying to give him to his strength. I mean, they're trying to give him little donkey passes, dink dunk down the field, instead of hitting major chunks. I mean, don't be scared. Throw the ball down the field and don't worry about nothing. Because once you hitting these pops, rather than trying to take yards here and there, like I said, it's backing them up off the ball, backing them up off your player, and giving Marshawn Lynch, Jalen Richard, then throw the ball in the backfield, and then, you know what I'm saying? Because that really ain't nothing but an extended run play. I mean, but at the end of the day, that's all that is a run play. You hitting somebody in the backfield. What is that going to do on 3rd down? So hard on Carr. You're right. Offensive coordinator. Musgrave was the last decent one, but he's still a chump. I mean, and honestly, I thought Todd Downing might have done something. I mean, but instead, everything just imploded on itself when Ken Norton got fired. I mean, demoted or whatever. I mean, that was just trash. I mean, I don't even know why you go after somebody who hasn't never led nothing before. I mean, at least bring him in and then have somebody else co-defensive coordinator type deal, somebody who's done it before, somebody who ain't never done it before, that could work. But I mean, Ken Norton was not ready to lead us. I mean, and Jack, I mean, that's what happened. I mean, but Captain Jack, I mean, he ain't John Gruden either. John Gruden got all the playoffs. Captain Jack got a couple of them though. You're right, because honestly, it's back to what Al said a long time ago. The greatness of the Raiders is in its forever. It's in its future. But that's the bad thing about right now. I mean, it's not right now. But when we get it, it's going to be all for it. Because, okay, another thing I love Vegas, check this out. How many times the House lose? Think about that and you holler at me. I mean, you get out of the scaredness once you obtain some type of success. Once you give him the plays that he's stronger at, something he can do instead of nothing, instead of no blocking, instead of just idiotic play calling. Once you give him something that he could work, he'll be fine. I mean, and all of the B is just moving forward and continually getting better. I mean, because once we get better on the offensive side of the ball, like I said, that's the only thing. Because we are at the capability of having 34 points a game right now. Martavis Bryant, Amari Cooper needs to get his life together. Jordy Nelson is strong. But instead of just plugging and playing them, they need a rotation in something where everybody's getting the chance. Everybody's getting that bomb. Everybody's getting the ball down the field. Everybody's working together. Exactly. Next year, we're going to be the team. We're going to be the real little lambs. We're not going to go for the free agents. We're building through the draft. 2 first-round draft picks. 2 second-round draft picks. That right there puts us in a position to fill every need we have right now. Like I said, you finish the work on the defensive side with the defensive line. You get a strong side linebacker in the draft with the other first round pick. Second round pick go with Cleveland Farrell. Second round pick, go ahead and go with another offensive tackle. Building up. You can't go wrong with the depth in these positions because we have the talent everywhere else. Exactly. He won't have to worry about it once the system is complete in his head and in his body, because it's a rhythmic thing. Once he gets it together, that's all it is, Matt. I mean, once he gets it, it'll be fluent, and he'll be able to move it like water. Because, like I said, that goes with the long-term goal of getting everything together, getting the offensive together, getting the defensive together. We take these draft picks, we build up next year, Super Bowl, Oakland. After that, Las Vegas, first Super Bowl. That's 2 right there. Exactly. But I'm giving solid players. I'm giving very solid players. Dexter Lawrence, Cleveland Farrell, outside linebacker, offensive tackle. First 4 picks. All defensive, offensive linemen. Go from there. It's all the way in. And Bruce Irvin needs to get his life together too. It's very crucial for him to get in the game because they've just been able to take him out of there. They've been able to take him out and make him a non-factor and put him in no man's land. He definitely, he definitely can't do it by himself. Arden Key, he's the future. That's the main thing. Is moving forward. But our defensive backfield looks pretty good. We need a safety that's gonna be a lockdown. And Carl Joseph could have been that, but I don't know where he's at. I mean, that also comes with being the youngest team in the league too, though. Because you can't just have the young guys out there without the old guys. It works out to be, more old guys on the team. But it gives you more brains and more knowledge than any other team. Because once you have the team working together, that's all that really matters. Working together, moving the ball down the field, working together. Everybody doing their job. And we can do it. But we need a little help. I ain't gonna lie about it. Definitely have to get it together. Who are y'all most impressed with this year? As far as our players. Colton Miller has been solid. I know everybody was shocked that we drafted the offensive tackle first to go. Everybody was scared of that. But now it all makes sense. Donald Penn wasn't ready. Donald Penn's probably done. I hate to say it, but he's probably done. But like I said, once going through the change of the offensive play calling, everything will be on here. What's going on, Tavita? What you think? Who are you most impressed with this year? Mo Hurts. He's probably the steal of the draft, no doubt about it. Probably second best defensive lineman came out in the draft. Exactly, Matt. Chilling, baby. Chilling. Just got off work. Figure I'd come holler at y'all. See what y'all talking about. But, like I said, Lynch and Jared Cook, definitely. Mo Hurts, Arden Key. They've been the most impressive rookies this far in the draft. This far in the year from the draft. Definitely not Amari. I don't know where Amari's at. I hope he's not a bust. Definitely Jared Cook, as far as veterans go. He's the most solid receiver we have. The ball catcher. Him and Jordy Nelson have been dangerous together. Martavis Bryant stepped up in a major way yesterday, but no avail. Exactly. And that's the problem. That is definitely the problem. But not the only two, but the most frequent two. Because it's been Jared Cook and somebody else. Mari Cooper had his week. Martavis Bryant had his week this week. He was short of 100, I think, but I mean he about had it. I mean, but if they can work together and get the yards together, put the receivers in the position to go, rather than just say, okay, here's the play call, everybody line up, blah, blah, blah. Because you are too good at the receiver position to put somebody completely at the 1 or the 2. I mean, you are 3 deep. All 3 of them can play slot 1 and 2. So I mean, you gotta line them up. Exactly. Short check downs, or I mean that's just bad play calling. I mean, hey, appreciate the draft picks. That's what I appreciate, because they'll come out better than Mac. Because check this out. Y'all know Khalil Mack got a younger brother? Got a younger brother. Come on now. Learn everything from him. Move on up now. Come on here. We take him in the draft. 3rd round. Super 5. Watch. Guarantee you. Because sorry play calling, Tavila. Just sorry. I mean, I don't understand. It's like, here's a new drinking game. Worst play call wins the game. No John Gruden getting drunk. Especially on Monday night. I mean, but it's just got to come together. Offense has got to come together. We have the best offensive coordinator, offensive-minded coach that's ever been in the game, and John Gruden. Need to work together. Need to get together. Yes. Defense definitely is a lot better, but Khalil Mack would have completed us. But with our draft picks, we will be completed and we will be built for the future. Can't just go off the 1. That's what he wanted us to do. I mean, we just couldn't afford to do so, because we have so many positions that need to be upgraded over the years. Because Derek Johnson will not last. Markel Lee probably won't never be the number 1, but I mean, he'll be a solid, strong side linebacker. I mean, you have to build this up, and it's got to work, because once it's built, it's definitely going to work. But who's the players that's going to build it? Who's the players that's going to work together to fit the scheme, to build it all together, to make the pieces work together? Not every year. Once we built this time, it's not going to be there. Million for Gruden, definitely. Because, like I said, it might not look like it right now, but Gruden knows what he's doing. I said it from the beginning. Gruden definitely understands what he is doing. He definitely wasn't the only problem, but he built the system for failure. Fired Bill Musgrave, hired Ken Norton Jr. as the defensive coordinator, never understood how to play a play call, never understood how to call it. His linebackers was all right, but that's not a defensive coordinator's job. We have a very strong team, a team willing to fight, But at the same time, they get tired. Can't fight alone. Arden Key, Mo Hurts, about the only two on the defensive line really working. So, I mean, you can't stick two guys out there by themselves and work it out. Ain't no I in team and ain't no me either. So, I mean, you got to work it out. Because teamwork makes the dream work, baby. That's the most important thing, is them working together, moving forward, getting it together. Because as long as they moving forward, ain't no looking back. I mean, exactly, Kurt. Whole lot of holes we have to fill. No star players. Why they playing better? Why are they playing better? Because they calling easier stuff. They calling better plays and better calls. Greg Olsen should have never been hired as the offensive coordinator. Our defensive players are nice working together. The only thing is somebody has to step up, create pressure on the quarterback because, I mean, they're not holding it down. Somebody has got to step up and get pressure on the quarterback every play, every call, every game, all the time, in the quarterback's face and not scared to hit him. Because if they scared to hit him, that's a whole nother problem. I mean, and they just not getting there. They not getting home to the quarterback. Exactly. Who's going to be the long-term players and who's going to Las Vegas? Who's going to take over the town? Who's going to be there? I don't. Who? Not Gruden, not Carr. Carr's going to get it together. Offensive Carr's going to get it together. Everything's going to work. Who's getting fired? Vance Joseph? That's who's getting fired? Chip Kelly? Exactly. Defensive tackles doing their job, but the defensive end cannot get home. Mo Hurts is a single block guy. P.J. Hall needs to get back out there because he can double team the guys. He's so big that he's forcing them to double team him. I mean, so ain't nobody moving nowhere except for Las Vegas. Ain't nobody worried about that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what D'Angelo talking about. You moving to San Diego next year, D'Angelo? That's who moving to Las Vegas or San Diego, and you. Definitely not them. Definitely not us. Key's going to be ready by next year, though. Because he's going to have enough experience this year to where he's going to make the impact next year. And then we bring in the young talent that's going to also be able to really ready or able to learn it and get it down. That's the most important thing. Because once we build this thing up, once we build the defensive line up, linebacker position up, everybody getting up. That's all that matters. Because as long as everybody's willing to work together, everybody can solidify and everybody can work it out. Defensive players are the key, but the offense has got to score the points, has got to get out there, has got to open the game up, have got to take it over. Points win the game. And that's the only thing that matters. You score more, you eat more. Exactly. Irvin definitely shouldn't have been moved to the line, but as a rotational system player. Because if you put him back at linebacker position, I almost guarantee you our linebacker core build itself back up. Somebody else going to have to step up on the other end, though. That's going to be the only problem. That's the only problem by doing it now. But in the perfect world, things wouldn't have happened the way they did. Would have still had defensive end over there, Bruce Irvin on the other side, and it would have worked. But definitely should have not left him out there by himself. Distracted. Exactly. That is the problem. It's like they're paying attention to something else rather than playing ball, especially on the offensive side of the rock. It's just going downhill from there. Except for Marshawn. Because beast mode doing beast mode things all the time. And it's kind of funny that the NFL saying that it was a fumble last week, but then again, they called the play dead when beast mode ran all the way through everybody else. Come on now. You can't have your cake and eat it too, because that would have been a touchdown. The O-line has some holes. Yes, it does. On the right side, yes. Colton Miller, I believe, will grow into a solid stud at left tackle. KO has got to get healthy. Rodney Hudson, he's been solid. Gabe Jackson has got to get his work back up. And right tackle, who's going to step up? Brandon Parker, we're looking at you. Come on. Exactly. Like I said, Gabe Jackson ain't firing off the ball like he was. KO was hurt this week. Like Gruden said, hopefully he's back next week. But he did not travel with the team, so I wonder what exactly that means. But as long as he gets healthy, I'm not really worried. KO is going to be KO. Rodney Hudson going to go ahead and, like Carr said, Hudson probably the smartest player he's played with. I don't disagree. Center is one of the smartest jobs you have to have because you have to diagnose the play before the quarterback does. I did not read that, but if he is, he's the man of the year. He is the man of the year if he's playing with that. But that would explain why he's not fully firing off. But the right tackle position still has to be answered and still has to be filled. Brandon Parker looks solid, but not sure if yet can be determined. Because he ain't really played nobody. Melvin Gordon came from the other side, mostly. But it is almost that time, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. It is almost that time that I have to send you on your merry way. If you have any more questions for me right quick, go ahead and shoot them. Or I'm going to let class out in about 1 minute. Because like I always say, it's always a pleasure and it's always an honor to come before the Raider Nation. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Kurt. It's the only game we've been outshowed completely. We was down by halftime and it was all the way out from the gate. Bad thing is we was in LA. I will be here Wednesday morning, 7:15 Eastern Time, 4:15 Pacific. Love y'all, Raider Nation. I will see y'all later. Like I said, it's your boy Kaptain Spalding signing off.